Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. Try to get my camera straight here. Happy Thursday. I am so excited to chat with you today. We are going to make this quick, fast, and in a hurry, straight into the point because I have a call. I have multiple calls this morning and I'm running a little late. So let's dive right in. And I'm got some allergy stuff happening. So forgive me if I sound a little under the weather, but I wanted to jump in here and talk about a couple of things that have been going on behind the scenes with friends and clients and myself. And I want to talk about it because I think it happens for all of us, right? So, as you can see from the title of this video, when life happens, we all have those moments, right? Life, when I'm talking about life happening, I'm talking about those um, moments where the day gets away from us, or we have one plan and like this whole other thing happens. Um, it can be something as big as, a health thing that pops up, or um, our kid gets sick and now we have to, stay at home for however many days, or the whole family gets sick and we have to stay at home for however many days. Um, it can be any of those things, right? And I had a client reach out last week and share with me that she had one of those moments. And this client and I have been working together just for a short time now. And we were talking, we had talked a little bit about her history of when things happen, when life happens, and how she typically like has a plan and then this thing happens and then it throws her all off course and she kind of tosses her plan, out the window. And she said, I think it was last week, with this particular situation, she had a plan. We had agreed on this assignment that she was going to do, and she was very excited about it. And then when it came time to do it, in the time frame that she had worked out, she had all this life stuff happen. Like all these, previous commitments came up, some stuff happened with her daughter, like just a bunch of stuff popped up. And she said, these are the moments where I quit. These are the moments when I feel like life happens and it's telling me now is not the time, that this is not the right time to do this, that it is, I shouldn't be doing this. I, need to wait, or it's not a good time to do X, Y, and Z. And so I knew in that moment that I needed to jump in and talk to her about this because this is something that we hear often. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Those of you that know, my family is a military family. And so I'm a military spouse and we move often. And yes, it's fabulous to have a business that can go with me wherever we go. But what I had been doing from really the beginning of this business was every single time we moved, when life was happening, and it happened a lot, um, I would step back from my business. I would take a 1 to 2 month break kind of from my growth. I would, service the clients that I had. I would, rearrange sessions and do what I needed to do in that regard. But ultimately, the big things, the book, all the things that I'm doing now took a back seat because life was happening. And when I did that, multiple things happened. Number one, I assumed that I didn't have the mental capacity or the mindset or the drive to continue to do the things that I needed to do to grow my business during that phase, right? And yes, there were times when we were literally on the road, or we moved to Hawaii in the middle of a pandemic, literally in the middle of a pandemic, and had to figure out how to move our entire household with our pets and schools. And I lived in a hotel for a couple of weeks or a couple of months actually, while we figured out our living situation here. And so life was happening left, right, and center. But what is really important when those things happen is understanding that it doesn't automatically mean stop. Life happening is what it does. right? Life happens. And I don't mean to discount any major, occurrences or illnesses or surgeries or unexpected events that come up. But what I'm talking about are those moments where we make some progress and then this thing happens, or you've made a decision to start the business, write the book, do your thing. And then all of a sudden this life event happens and you're going, see, this is why I don't do this. Because every time I make the decision to do X, Y, or Z, life throws me a curveball and I can't do this thing. I can't focus. I can't put the time and effort in. So I want to remind you that life is going to happen whether you do the thing or not. Time is going to continue to pass whether you do the thing or not, right? What the life moment happenings means for you is up to you. And what I shared with this client was, listen, life is going to happen and you can view it as you always have, which is, it means I need to stop. It means it's not the right time. It means it's not a good time. Or you can choose a different meaning. Maybe it's a pause. Maybe it's take a break. Maybe it's let's rearrange some things, right? Maybe it's let me, figure out what the priority is. Maybe I can't do all of these things, but I can do this. Maybe it's a message to get a little bit more support so you don't have to do it all by yourself. But I need you to understand that life happening is not an automatic stop. It's not a full stop. It's not the universe telling you that you need to stop doing X, Y, and Z, right? And I think that there are a lot of us who use those situations as an excuse to stop doing the thing that we feel called to do. We hit one bump in the road, whether it has to do with that thing or not. We hit a bump in the road and all of a sudden we go, yep, see, that's the reason. That right there, I shouldn't be doing this anymore. It's not going to work out for me. It's not the right time. The truth is, there is no right time. You get to decide what that is, right? So when I went back to this client and I said, listen, life happening can mean that it's a full stop for you if that's what you choose to believe. And let's be honest, it's so much easier for a lot of us to go, yep, this thing happened. My kid is sick. That means that I don't have the time to focus on myself. I can't do this. I'm just going to put that on the back burner. But how much longer does it stay on the back burner? When do you put it back into your priority again? That's the question. Because life is going to happen regardless of where you are, where you live, who you are, what your background is. It's going to happen. The question is, how are you choosing to view it when it does? Are you choosing to view it as the full stop? Do you think the universe is telling you you're not meant to do this? Do you think that there's some external force that's letting you know that this is not the right time, or this is not the right plan, or this is not the right way for you? And if that's your first immediate thought, there's something else going on in your mind, right? Sandy, hello. This is so me at the moment. Perfect timing. Perfect timing, right? So you get to determine what that means. Now, again, I want to add to this because it's not black or white. It's, not this or that. There's no extremes here. Yes, there are going to be moments where you look at that thing and you go, listen, okay, it's not a full stop, but maybe it's a pause. Maybe I need to regroup for a moment. And for this particular client, as we were working together, she said, I realized this other thing happened. And this was after we had that original conversation. This other thing happened. And instead of, I didn't sleep well, I didn't feel great when I got up, but instead of throwing my entire plan out the window and saying, okay, it's just not going to work, she said, I made a different choice. And I want you to listen to that word. I made a different choice. She chose to view it in a different way. And she asked herself, what can I do from this place? That thing that I want is still important to me. I know I don't have the energy. I know I don't have the mindset to sit down and write, because that's what she was going to do that day. I know I don't have the time and the mental capacity to do that right now. So what do I choose? So she rearranged some things. That's the beauty of this work. You get to determine what it means for you, right? But those of us who are already looking for a way out often think that that is a full stop, that life happening is a full stop moment. And I want you to hear that again. Those of us who are looking for a way out, who are already lacking confidence, who are already fearful, who are already discounting before they even begin, like they're saying, I can't do this before they even begin, are looking for the way out. Quitting is easy. Saying it's not the right time, I'll put it off, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, that's easy. But that's not going to get you to where you want to be. So the question is, what do you want it to mean? What is a more empowered meaning for you? What is it that you choose in these moments? Okay? So life can mean to give up. It can mean to throw in the towel and walk away, and you'll do it another time, and you'll focus on it when life slows down, when, the kids are out of the house, when you have more money, when you've lost the weight, when you've moved. You can do all of that. But time is going to pass regardless. And your life, those life happening moments are going to continue. So you get to choose. Do you do the thing? Do you find a way? Do you choose a different meaning? Do you rearrange some things in order to do the things that are important to you? And more bigger than that, right? Beyond all of that, do you get behind yourself? Because that's the real reason you're thinking that this is a full stop moment. It's because it's easier to think that. It's easier to walk away. We don't have a shortage of reasons not to do the thing, right? There are plenty of reasons or excuses that we can come up with for not doing that thing that we want to do. Our job is not to focus on those. Our job is to find the one reason, or maybe the two or the three, that keep you going. So I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that today, this weekend, this month. And if you're struggling with that, constant battle with self of, should I let this go? I want to put that on the back burner. I feel like I need to quit. Like all of these things, if that is a challenge for you, then that's some mindset stuff. And I'm definitely here to support you through that. When you change the way you think and you change the meanings that you give to things, your whole life changes for the better. And I hear this constantly, and I will say this constantly because it is the truth. When you do this work, the outcomes are beyond what you ever imagined possible. I don't say that, my clients say that. Because you are more capable than you realize. You have more power than you really truly understand, and you already have it. This work, my job, is to help you unlock it and see it and use it. Okay? So that is it for today. I have to hop off of here, but if this is helpful for you, I would love to hear, what this touched in you, what this inspired within you. I would love for you to share this with anyone else who may be interested. I'm going to pop a couple of links below for you if you want to be added to my email list. I share this kind of content a couple of times a week with my VIP list, so you can feel free to get on that email list. If you're interested in working with me, I have a free consultation that you can take advantage of, and I'll pop the link for that below as well. But don't assume that the universe, life, God, source, the divine, whatever you want to call it, is giving you these things to tell you to stop doing what you're doing. That's going to happen regardless. Those things are going to unfold. But that thing that you want, the book, the land, the community, the job, the relationship, whatever it is, the business, right, is being built, is dependent on how you view these moments. So what do you choose? Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. I would love to chat with you if it feels like a good fit for you. I'll pop those links for you below. And in the meantime, thank you for being here. I will be back on Monday with a Mindset Live video for you. So make sure you jump in here around this time on Monday, and I will chat with you then. Have a good one, guys. Bye.